Hello, my name is Graham Hughes. I am the first and only person to visit every country in the world without flying. Welcome to the No Fly Ninja Challenge. Please buy my book, Man of the World, Graham Hughes. Very good. So today's challenge comes courtesy of Mikal or Mikal, who wants to know how to get from Greenland to Fiji, which is one hell of a journey. Let's just show you on the map here. We've got Greenland. Greenland's not actually this big, you know. It just looks really big because this is the Mercator projection. Greenland's over there, and if I go over here and zoom in on these two islands over here, there you go. That's Fiji over there. So it's a bit of an ocean voyage to get from one to the other. A trip of over 13,000 kilometers. So let's zoom in to Greenland, and you will find the capital there is called Nuuk with two U's. Now, Greenland is part of Denmark. So you might think, I will get a cargo ship to Denmark. And yes, there are ships that go to Denmark, but I wouldn't take that route to Fiji because it means going through Europe, it means going through all of Asia. There's another way of doing it, which is via North America, which kind of makes more sense. And there's two routes you could possibly take. Probably more actually, but two routes that I can think of to get from Greenland over to Fiji. So let's have a look here. So if I zoom out, you'll be able to see Greenland is obviously a lot closer to Canada than it is to Europe. So we zoom into Greenland, and we would take a ship from Nuuk there, and that would take us to Nova Scotia, I think. So we zoom in here, we should be able to find Halifax. There you go. Halifax, Nova Scotia, big port town in Canada. From there is a train that runs all the way to Montreal, which is near the border with America. And at that point, you need to make a decision. Do you want to try and get to Fiji on a cruise ship, or do you want to try to get to Fiji on a cargo ship? If you're going for the cruise ship option, I would suggest that you just keep going west from Montreal all the way across Canada by train or by bus to Vancouver. Once you get to Vancouver, you should be able to find cruise ships that are heading off to Hawaii. You might even find one that's going to Fiji, I don't know, but Hawaii is more likely. And then once you get to Hawaii, there should be a plethora of options for getting down to Fiji from Hawaii. So I'll just show you on the map. Let's have a look. There is British Columbia over there. There's Hawaii. So you should be able to get a cruise ship from Hawaii. I'm not saying this is going to be the cheapest way of doing it. I don't think it would be. If you have managed to get on a ship to Hawaii, and then you're looking for a way to get from Hawaii to Fiji without necessarily taking a cruise ship, you could go from Hawaii to the Marshall Islands. Down here, it's the Marshall Islands, and the capital of the Marshall Islands is Majuro. A lot of the world's ships are registered in Majuro. It's the third most popular place for registering your shipping after Panama City and Monrovia, the capital of Liberia. From Majuro, I know there's a cargo ship that goes from Majuro south to Fiji, and on the route that I took a few years ago, it didn't even stop anywhere on the way. It literally went from Marshall Islands all the way down to Fiji. So there are your options. You can either go sort of from Vancouver, or actually from anywhere on the west coast of America would be a good idea, especially if you're trying to get a yacht. You might be able to get a yacht to Fiji from Canada or from America. You're more likely, there's more traffic, there's more options if you head down to Panama City. Once you get to Montreal, there is a bus that goes to New York City. From there, you can take a Greyhound bus. I'm sorry if you have to do this. You could probably do it by train, by Amtrak, but the trains in America are awful. They go at about 30 miles an hour. Some states, such as Wyoming, have no trains. They have no passenger trains at all. It's not very well set up for public transport, is America. Your only option really is the Greyhound bus, which is awful. I mean, it's shockingly bad. I've been in bush taxis for up to 2 days, making my way across these potholes in West Africa, and crammed in. You know, it's a taxi. It's supposed to take 7 people, and there's somehow 16 people, and you're sharing the front seat with another person, and you can't put the seatbelt on because there's 2 of you, and you basically got one bum cheek on the handbrake. That's the sort of journey that I took quite often in West Africa. I would do that again before getting on the Greyhound bus. That's how bad the Greyhound buses are. So I don't know, hitchhike. You could drive, I guess. I'm trying to do this series without saying, hey, why not hire a car? Because we're trying to be as eco-friendly as possible. So it's all supposed to be about public and scheduled transport. But hey ho, see how you go. And then down through the United States to San Antonio in Texas. And then from San Antonio, you can get the bus to the border with Mexico. And then once you get over into Mexico, it's pretty simple. Get a bus to Mexico City. There's direct buses from the border to Mexico City. There's a direct bus from Mexico City to Guatemala City. And then once you get to Guatemala, there is a bus that goes through El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, down to Costa Rica, to San Jose, and then into, you get another bus from San Jose to Panama City. That's where you want to be, because Panama City is the place where all the shipping traffic from the Atlantic crosses to the Pacific. And so there'll be a lot of options there. You might be able to get on a cruise ship. You might be able to get on a yacht. A lot of sailboats do this route. If they are planning to cross the Pacific, they will go through Panama City. Worth talking to people. Again, like I said in the last video, if you are planning to get on a yacht, get to know the people on the yacht before you make the decision to do that. I mean, this is not just for their benefit, this is for your benefit as well. There's nothing worse than, well, there is literally nothing worse than being stuck on a floating jail cell for weeks on end with people that you don't get on with. It's a nightmare. Just don't do it. As for cargo ships, lots of the world's cargo goes through Panama City. So if you get on a ship there, I'm sure you could find something that is going direct to Fiji. If you get on a sailing boat, they all pretty much will stop in Fiji along the way. So there you go. That's how you get from Greenland to Fiji without flying. Next time we've got a journey from Norwich to Lebanon, I think. But in the meantime, stay home, save lives, and I'll see you soon. Hwah! This looks really weird on the mobile version. Okay.